Hey guys, what's up? Today I've got an easy 15-minute yoga stretching flow for you. This one will help you relax and relieve stress after a long day. So grab your water, grab your mat, and let's go. Hey guys, I want to start this one off at the top of our mats. Feet together, shoulders down and back. And I want you to inhale, coming up onto your tippy toes, and exhale, lowering back down. Take these at your own pace. Make sure you're stretching as much through your arches as you can, really pressing through the toes, filling your lungs with every breath. And one more, inhaling and exhaling back down. From here, I want you to just widen your feet, come about mat width, and raise your fingertips up to the sky, arching through the back. You can clasp your hands and take a side bend to the right. And a side bend to the left. And we're just going to alternate here, inhaling center and exhaling, bending to the side. Keeping your gaze lifted, really reaching through the palms of your hands. Try to let all the background noise fade away and just connect body and mind with your breath. Find your way back to center, reaching through the palms up toward the sky for a final back bend. As we hold this position, I want you to keep your gaze lifted, opening through the chest, making sure your shoulders stay down and back. Go ahead and release your fingertips down, interlocking your hands behind your back and opening through the chest, gazing up toward the sky. From here, slowly hinge at the hips, coming into a wide-legged forward fold, stretching through the hamstrings. You can add a little bit of a rock from side to side if that feels good to you. One last breath, and then I want you to exhale, bending your knees slightly, slowly rolling up back to standing. And opening through the chest once more, gaze up toward the sky. Inhale, filling the lungs with oxygen, and exhale, this time melting chin to chest, rolling back down into a forward fold, stretching through the shoulders and the legs. Go ahead and release those hands, bringing your fingertips down to the mat, and we're going to come up into flat back, gazing toward the top of your mat, pausing for a moment, and then releasing back into forward fold. Inhale up to flat back, and exhale, forward fold. Last one. Widen your stance slightly, taking your feet just wider than mat width. And go ahead and plant that left hand on the ground, wrapping your right arm around your torso and looking up and over that right shoulder. Feel free to grab a block or place your hand on your shin if you're not able to place it on the ground. One last inhale and exhaling, coming back to center for a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, flat back, shoulders down and back, and exhale, forward fold. Really pressing back through the hips and stretching out the backs of those legs. We've got one more, and then we're going to come into a twist on the other side, planting the right hand, wrapping that left arm around you, and looking up and over that left shoulder. Deep breath in, and exhale, releasing, hands back to center. Pausing here for a moment in wide-legged forward fold, and then taking another flat back. If you like, you can interlock your hands behind you. Make sure you keep a little bit of a bend in your knees here just to protect them. Gazing toward the end of your mat, pressing back through the hips. And then once more releasing down into forward fold. Enjoying the stretch, it's one of my favorites. Adding a little bit of a rock again, side to side. Again, try to use these moments to relax and connect with your breath. Walk those feet back to mat width again. And this time take your hands out, come into a downward dog position. Pressing away the mat, pushing back through the hips. And go ahead and just pedal your feet if that feels good. Stretching through the arches, rolling the ankles. I know my toes click like crazy when I do this. Enjoy a few more moments here in downward dog. And then I want you to walk or jump into a chair position, taking your feet between your hands, about hip width. Arms reaching up toward the sky, sitting back through the hips, keeping your chest open and lifted. And I want you to inhale and exhale, taking a twist over to the right side. On every exhale, trying to twist a little bit further. And inhaling to center, and exhale, twisting to the left. If you want a little bit more leverage, you can try hooking your right elbow on your left knee. Great job. Inhale back to center, and exhale, slowly swoop down into a forward fold. From here, you can step or jump into a plank position. And I want you to hold here, squeezing your core, pressing away the mat. We're just gonna rock back and forwards here in plank, pressing through the heels, and then pressing through the toes. Try to inhale forward and exhale backwards. Making sure you stay lifted, not letting your butt droop. And then on the exhale, pressing back again into downward dog, pressing through the hips, opening through the shoulders. I want you to just pedal your feet once more, get out any more tension, any more clicks in your toes. And then go ahead and take your right leg up to the sky for three-legged downward dog. If your knee's bent, that's okay. Just hold the position, try to straighten as much as you can through that leg. Make sure you're breathing. And go ahead and step that leg forward, planting through the right foot, interlocking the hands, reaching your fingertips up toward the sky. Really pressing through that back heel. And then I want you to rotate your back foot, come into a warrior two position, gazing long over your right fingertips. Really opening up through the inner thigh of that right leg. Next, I want you to take your left hand and place it on your left thigh for support as you reach your right hand up and over into Proud Warrior. Gazing up toward the sky, making sure your chest is still lifted. And then once more coming into Warrior 2, rotating that back foot so your toes are facing toward the mat. Make sure that front leg is only at 90 degrees as you take your hands up into a prayer position and then hinge through the hips, straightening through that front leg, but still keeping a little bit of a bend through the knee. This pose doesn't look like much, but it is quite challenging for your balance. Feel free to place your hands on the mat or on your shin if you need a little bit of extra support. Next, we're going to take another twist. I want you to put your left fingertips next to your right foot and open up, taking those right fingertips toward the sky. This is reverse triangle pose, again, much more difficult than it looks. Go ahead and release both hands to the mat, coming into a plank position once more, pausing here, and then pressing back into downward dog. We're going to repeat on that left leg. Taking the left leg up toward the sky for three-legged downward dog. Trying to straighten through that leg as much as you can. Inhale and exhale. Step that foot between your hands, rising up into Warrior 1. Strong through the legs, opening through the chest. Really breathing here. And go ahead and rotate that back foot, extending your arms, gazing out over your left fingertips. Breathing as you hinge forward, and then letting that right hand slide down your right leg, reaching up and over with your left arm. feeling an incredible stretch on that left side of the body. Go ahead and release back to Warrior 2, rotating that back foot again, hands coming into prayer position as you straighten that left leg, hinging through the hips. Keeping your chest lifted, strong through the core. Again, feel free to place your hands on your shin if you need to. And then planting that right hand, reaching the left fingertips up toward the sky. With every exhale, trying to twist a little bit further to deepen the stretch. And final breath, releasing both hands to the mat, stepping back into plank, pausing here once again. And this time stepping or jumping, coming into a seated position, the bottoms of your feet together, sitting up tall. If you like, you can place your elbows on your knees to gently press them toward the ground. Breathing here, enjoying a lovely inner thigh stretch. Once more, sitting up as tall as you can, and then take those legs out in front of you, pointing through the toes, reaching your fingertips up toward the sky, and then exhaling, hinging at the hips, reaching your nose towards your knees. And if you like, you can clasp your hands behind you or keep them loosely on your shins or your feet. Breathing here and inhaling back up to seated, fingertips up to the sky, exhaling, swooping forward into forward fold. Pausing here, and then once more inhaling to seated, reaching up through the fingertips, and exhale, hinging at the hips into forward fold. If your knees are bent, just try to get them a little closer to the mat with every exhale. Once more inhaling to seated, and this time placing your hands on the ground behind you, either fingertips forward or out, and press up through the hips, coming up into a reverse plank to once more open through the chest, stretching as one long line from the tips of your toes to the top of your head. And breathing here, filling your lungs with oxygen. Last inhale and exhaling, coming back down to seated, pointing through the toes, flexing through the feet as you sit up nice and tall. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit more relaxed, less stiff. Maybe you're ready to go to bed. Enjoy your last few moments. And a final breath. And we are done. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe because it really supports my channel. I'll see you again soon. Bye.